Welcome to my channel. Today's class is about adjusting the continuing partner's capital by immersing or including the retiring partner's capital into it. In this method, the continuing partners want their capitals proportionate to the profit sharing rights by bringing necessary cash. This will enable them to settle the retiring partner's claim immediately. For this purpose, total adjusted capital of all the partners, including the retiring partner, should be taken into account. First of all, we have to calculate the total adjusted capital of all the partners, including the retiring partner. This now becomes the total capital of the continuing partners. The total will be the continuing partners' total capital. The effect is that retiring partner's share is immersed into the remaining partner's capital account, making them to bring necessary cash, which will be exactly equal to the amount payable to the retiring partner. Add the retiring partner's claim, and the retiring partner's claim is settled completely on retirement. The steps to be followed is: compute the adjusted capital of all the partners, including the retiring partner. Find out the total of the adjusted capital. Take this as the capital of the new firm. Take this total as the capital of the new firm, consisting of the continuing partners. Divide this total capital of the firm among the continuing partners in their new profit sharing ratio. That means without the ratio of the retiring partner. We now get the individual required capital of the continuing partners. The required capital of each individual continuing partner will usually be more than the adjusted capital, as we have already stated in the first step. Hence, each continuing partner should bring in cash to make up the deficit. Cash brought in by the continuing partners will be exactly equal to the payment to be made to the retiring partner. That is, the cash brought by the continuing partners. The total of the cash to be brought by the continuing partners should be equal to the amount paid to the retiring partner. Now, retiring partner is paid off immediately. There is a problem. A, B and C are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio 5:3:2. C decided to retire from the firm, on which date their capital account after all adjustments stood at rupees 92,400, 84,600 and 69,000 respectively. To pay off C immediately, A and B decided to bring in cash in such a way as to make their capitals proportionate to the new profit sharing ratio. This is the problem related to the one we discussed. Calculate the amount to be brought by A and B and pass the necessary journal entry. So first of all, we have to calculate the cash to be brought by A and B. So for this, we have to calculate the adjusted capital of all the partners. A's adjusted capital, total of the adjusted capital. A's adjusted capital given the question 92,400. B's adjusted capital, it's also given 84,600. C's adjusted capital is equal to 69,000. The amount when totaled gives 2,46,000. The cash to be brought by A and B will be 69,000. That is the adjusted capital of C, which is the amount payable to the C. Now, the total capital of A and B becomes 2,46,000 that we have already calculated. Of 2,46,000, A's share will be 5/8. That is, we have already given the question that profit sharing ratio is 5:3:2. 2 is relating to the ratio of C. So that will be excluded. So the ratio of A and B will be 5:3. So A's share will be 5/8. So 5/8 of 2,46,000 will be 1,53,750. Less the adjusted capital of A that we have given the question, that is 92,400. So that will be the amount brought in by A. So cash brought in by A becomes 61,350. Then we have to calculate the B is a share out of 2,46,000. 3/8 of 2,46,000 will be 92,250. Less adjusted capital given the question is 84,600. That will become the amount 7,650. This amount should be brought in by B. When we total the amount to be brought in by A and B, it will become 69,000. That is the adjusted capital of C, or the amount to be paid to C. Then we have to pass the necessary journal entries regarding. So we have to draw the format of journal. Then the first entry will be relating to the amount brought in by A and B to C. So the entry will be cash account debited to A's capital account to B's capital account. The amount we have already calculated, 61,350 and 7,650. Narration will be cash brought in by A and B to make up their deficit in capital accounts to pay off C. Then the entry relating to the settlement of the C's claim. The entry will be C's capital account debited to cash account. The amount will be 69,000. Narration will be C's claim in the firm settled by paying cash. That's all for today. Thank you.